But Charleston White obviously is somebody that's very, very comfortable living on the edge, playing with his own life, playing with his own freedom for the bag, for the clout, for the bag, for the viral nature, for the buzz, for the talk, to try to prove points, all of that combined. So there was talk that came out, and all that's going to lead into actually why I'm still playing this video, because by now I think that people know that there was rumors that he got shot in Chicago, shot and beat up. You seen videos coming out allegedly this happened to Charleston White or whatever. And what did Charleston White do? He spins it, and he gets people like me and a million other people on the internet to talk about it. So that's the formula that I just explained. It works for you, but I'm still going to be here talking about you while you out there running around messing with people and getting into shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is the video that he put up once the rumors started. This guy really is a nut.
What? Say, listen. Say, them niggas mad at me. They mad because I ain't got shot. If anybody know me, they know I ain't going to Chicago, nigga. So a nigga shoot me in Chicago. Nigga got to get me in Atlanta. And Woody ain't no gangster no more. He didn't. It's a mad nigga. It's a mad nigga.
Hold on. I don't know that music. What, he playing Plies now?
They say they shot Charleston White. They say they shot Charleston White.
He's just driving past people on the street.
Say, y'all come on, hold on. What y'all doing?
I don't know about this music, Charleston. I don't know about this music. Was he patting? Then he starts passing out money to the kids.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh?
I don't know about that music,
y'all go take.
Cut
he can't do the math. Who go tape it up? She can. Y'all trust her. Okay. So you go to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. They said I got shot in Chicago last night. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody shot me.
I was crying.
Oh, it's all right, mama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, my nigga. I love. All right.
You think you're the president? What's up with him?
Hey, man. They thought I got shot. Say, they said Charleston got shot in his ass. What? They say Charleston White got shot in Chicago. Already, baby. I've been having fun. Already, my nigga.
Hell no, I ain't watching again. First of all, let me get at these people in the street real quick. The kids, you spare the kids. You know, when kids see people from the internet, you know, they lose it. You know, oh, look at him, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Grown-ass men and women, though, that be getting groupied out and be having these flashes of, oh, my goodness, this is the person from the internet. That shit is so weird. Like, y'all pulling up alongside this man. Oh, Charleston White. Oh, we fuck with you. I mean, if you really, really do, then, you know, like, God bless you. I'll be wondering what type of people you actually fuck with if you running up on or pulling up next to Charleston White and getting fanned out. So, but oh, there you go. Like, yo, we got your back. Like, what? Like, shut the fuck up. Go sit down. Go do something. Groupies. You weird. Like, I'd hate to see your circle of friends if you over here talk about we support you, Charleston White. Hey, birds of a feather flock together, man. Whatever. But yeah, that type of energy, man, is just insane to me. Like, when you talk about trolling, it is what it is. He's making money off of it. We already said that. But dude, to be doing interviews talking about or lives and videos running around talking about ha, they say they shot me. Ain't nobody shoot. Ha. It's like you turn even strangers into your ops. This is nothing new for Charleston White. Nothing new. But you just putting this badge on yourself, like a badge of honor, like you somebody if you come get me. It's like you creating all these invisible enemies, B. It's okay. You saw that live he had that time. Was it somebody from Chicago? Dude was like pointing the gun in the camera and all that type of stuff. And you know, yo, if you come around here, we're gonna get you or whatever. He didn't have no personal beef with that guy. They didn't have no one-on-one situation. It's just somebody that's just like stepping up to the plate, that's just seeing Charleston White's energy, and they willing to crash. And he's just like, man, like, I see you diss my city. I want to get you. There's literally people that have crashed for their city, for their block, for their hood. Oh, you said fuck Chicago. Okay, I'm on deck then. There's people that have crashed for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, Like, you could tell me, like, if you get on the internet right now and do a video and say "fuck New York," you think I'm gonna get on camera too with some guns and point them in the screen and be like, "Oh wait, who? Somebody said fuck New York? Bet I'm on your ass." Like, you don't like New York? You don't like New York? I don't care. I'm not wasting my freedom over that. But people will do that shit, and Charleston eggs that shit on. It doesn't look like he moves around like the president. We joked about that a second ago. He doesn't. He doesn't. It's like, who could get away with this level of trolling? Actually, nobody. Nobody to me, right? Anybody's reachable, anybody's touchable. But when you got these people that are like the super duper stars and they spend, millions of dollars on security per year, right? Like, you see the recent video of Kendrick Lamar and his wife running out shopping, the shopping store. You see how tactical it is. Like, the bulletproof, blacked out Suburban is on the corner, right? And then you got people that come to the door and they're checking both sides outside on the sidewalk. Then you got people on the sidewalk kind of blocking it off for a second. And then Kendrick Lamar damn near runs out the front door into the truck, and this girl does the single file, one at a time, not even both at the same time. It's all tactically moved and done, where it's just like they're making it hard as hell for like any enemy, anybody that wants to do, even super fans, anybody that even wants to run up on them and just tackle them out of love, like, oh my God, Kendrick. They make it so hard for people to do that. They fly private. They don't really be in certain locations unless they're booked, and certain things is in their favor, and they got people around them at all times and hired armed security. And it's just so much that how these people, that them high caliber celebrities and government officials and whatnot, move. Charleston White is just like you and I. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right there in Detroit, you can end up just pulling up next to him, clear, right, no tinted windows, just right next to him with his windows down while he's yucking it up with some kids, and there he goes, right there, right? Or you could just be some no-name podcaster and book him and tell a bunch of people this is where he gonna be. He coming to pick up this $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 bag. He'll be here next weekend. Right? Or you're not going to catch him moving in and out of private jets or nothing like that. If he got to fly somewhere, he's right there in commercial with everybody else, walking through the airports. It's just that level of trolling, and to not be that level of protected, you're asking for it. You're asking for it. I'm not the one that's putting a clock on you. You're putting a clock on yourself, buddy. What else we got going on here? Let's talk about this. Y'all see this in the thumbnail. I think I got this in the title too. All right. What do we got here? Let me bring this up a little bit larger. So this made news headlines, as it should. Young Thug going through a lot right now, right? Young Thug is obviously fighting his case back and forth to court every other day, or every day, damn near. And every once in a while, we get a tweet from Young Thug. What was the last tweet that we saw from Young Thug? I remember you had one that said, like, whatever Wham say. Right, he's basically saying that if Lil Baby is feel leaning one way, then that's what it is. And a lot of us felt that what he was insinuating was about Gutter. Like if Lil Baby co-sign you, then it's good. If not, then you fooled or whatever. And why would he say that? Lil Baby's been holding him down. Lil Baby got bars about sending him $1 million and whatnot for his legal fees. Even prior to that, Lil Baby, before Young Thug got arrested, Lil Baby got lyrics of like Young Thug giving him watches. I think there's videos of Young Thug giving Lil Baby, or they were saying he used to give Lil Baby money just to stay out the street, right? So I would assume they got a real strong bond. Young Thug is at the top of these guys when it comes to Atlanta. Lil Baby then came up and became one of the biggest, if not the biggest artist out of Atlanta, him and 21 Savage. Meanwhile, Young Thug is put into his predicament. So now when it's reversed, this is real shit that you expect to see from people. You expect to see like, yo, I'm down and out right now. I'm probably spending $1 million every 4 months defending myself. I'm not out in the street recouping and making money. And this is where your big celebrity friends, especially ones that you helped, are supposed to step the fuck up. Right. So seeing this relationship between Young Thug and Lil Baby, I have a lot of respect for it. But this is Young Thug, his very, very infrequent tweets. So what is this one that he puts out? At Drake, at Future, at Metro Boomin, we all brothers. Music ain't the same without us collabing. It's got 2.1 million views on this tweet. Right. That's big news. First, before I get into these guys, of course, Kendrick ain't there. Now people might be like, "Oh, duh, ARP. Of course, Kendrick ain't on, the tweet because this is an Atlanta-based tweet, right?" I hear you. There has been some crossing paths of Young Thug and Kendrick before. I don't know how cool they are. I do remember that Young Thug got into it with French Montana because of Kendrick Lamar. French Montana says something like he had more hit songs than Kendrick, and Young Thug came out and did a video like, "Man, you don't got no more hits than no Kendrick Lamar, French Montana. What you talking about?" And then they was going back and forth on the internet doing videos for a while. Young Thug ended up doing a video outside of like some old crib of French Montana, something like that. And next thing we knew, French Montana was waving a flag like, "Look, man, it ain't about never. Yeah, it's not worth it. Put it down." Like Young Thug seems to be a little bit out there. They didn't accuse him of having people's tour buses shot up and whatnot. Yeah, Young Thug seems to be a guy that you don't play with. Right. But I get it. No Kendrick on the tweet. I totally understand that. But let me still stay on Kendrick before I go to this. Kendrick can't be involved in a hip hop ceasefire right now, to me. Right? Like, if Kendrick was a part of squashing all of this, or if he came out and squashed it, or you seen like little buzz of, "Yo, word is Kendrick is gonna bring Drake out during the Super Bowl." I just don't see Kendrick saving Drake after all of this. I feel like he had real hatred towards Drake. I said that when we was covering the back and forth drops and all that. I really feel like Kendrick doesn't like what Drake stands for. Of course, they had their early dealings, and Drake didn't help Kendrick early on, brought him on tour with him and all that. But I think as Kendrick grew in the industry, I think he realized like he and I are night and day. I don't like what he represents. I don't like him as a man. I don't like him as a person. And that's one of the reasons why he continued to take shots. And I think he was waiting for the moment to go back and forth with him. I don't know if he predicted I'm going to actually cut him this deep. But if he throws me the alley-oop, man, I swear to God, I'm VC up there. I feel like that was Kendrick's position this whole time with Drake. Right. And then even the whole no second rounds during the Super Bowl promo, Kendrick literally would be saving Drake from the biggest hip hop battle loss ever. Ever. Even right now, Drake is still nothing of what he is in his heyday. He's not returned back yet. He's still got to climb back through all of this. The songs that he dropped, the coming out on stage and pleading and doing the speeches about fake friends and the unfollowing of people that you got tattooed on you like LeBron James and shit. It just looks crazy. Kendrick blew up all this talk and speculation of him possibly being a pedo. Somebody got shot in front of Drake's crib, his security guard. It's just so much. And Kendrick, once again, who I feel really, really dislikes Drake as a person, for him to come back now, it's just like, I won. I took the crown. All my numbers is up. My money is up. I'm the king. I got some of your fan base now. I dethroned you. But then let me throw you this lifeline and pull you right back up here. Like, I just don't see Kendrick doing that. You want to get back to your Grace heyday and all that, get back to your throne, you got to do that on your own. And Kendrick is probably enjoying watching Drake have to navigate all this and coming out and giving fake friends speeches and all that type of stuff. He's probably enjoying it. He's probably enjoying seeing LeBron James at his pop-out concert and tatted on Drake's arm, and then Drake having to unfollow him. It's like, so I don't see Kendrick saving Drake. I don't see him wanting to bring Drake out in his Super Bowl solo moment. I don't see that. I think it's F you. If we ever cross paths, like, it is what it is. A couple years from now, like, we can pull like a Jay-Z and Nas maybe one day and maybe do an interview together a couple years later, something like that. But right now, this is my time. And I think people are small-minded thinking that Kendrick's time and his window was just during the music dropping. This thing has, we actually don't know yet how long this win will continue to impact Kendrick, right? Whether he's sweeping the BET Awards, whether he lands the Super Bowl halftime show, which isn't even in 2024. It's in the top of the first quarter of 2025. This is all his window from the win. This is all it. So, and it could extend even after that, after the Super Bowl, or maybe during the Super Bowl, his album could drop. What if it's another classic album and then that extends him and it keeps making it look like, yo, Kendrick has a 2-year this off of this Drake win. Like now's not the time for him to step on his own. I'm in the chair, right? And he would step on his own. I'm in the chair by like being a part of this squashing of the beef. So that was just an interesting take that I want to add on the table when it comes to Kendrick. People see this and then they think, well, what about the two top people in the situation, Drake and Kendrick? Nope. He's gonna stay boogeyman with it. He's like, I'm over here. I don't fuck with y'all. That's what Kendrick is gonna be on, and technically he should, and continue to extend his win as long as he could ride his win. Now, when we talk about these guys, let me speak about the small one first. To me, outside looking in, Drake and Metro Boomin. Go ahead and squash it. Go ahead and squash it. Like, okay, what happened in the public? What always happens in the public is bigger than, I shouldn't say it's bigger than what happens in private, but it's easier for people to get over shit when the public isn't in the loop, right? So let's say there's some major shit between not Kendrick, Drake and Metro that we don't know about. Then, all right, it is what it is. What do I know of the most? Drake drops the line in the song, Metro shut your dumb ass up and make some drums, nigga. Okay, big deal. We can get over that. And then what is Metro do? He drops a song BBL Drizzy on Drake, right? Now, the only way that would really, really be detrimental to an actual friendship is if, like, let's say Drake really did have a I can't even say it with a straight face. Is if like Drake really, really did have a BBL that he went and he told Metro Boomin like in confidence as friends, like, yo, homie, like I just want to let you know, man, like here's some shit was going on in my life and midlife crisis. So yo, I went and got a BBL, and Metro confided him like, oh word, yeah, now I understand, man, whatever. This is a stupid hypothetical. I'm just saying this is the only way it would make sense where they can't squash it. And then Metro gets into it and chooses a side like, yo, fuck that, I want Future. And then he gets to the studio and makes a beat and puts out a fucking a tournament called BBL Drizzy, exposing Drake's like, damn, man, I confided in you about my BBL as brothers. That's the only way. Other than that, man, who the fuck cares about that stupid ass song and his stupid ass boss saying go make some beats? Squash that, right? That's all we know about. We heard things about a girl. What else is new, right? Now let me move to the bigger one. Drake and Future. Us losing them collabing is big, just like us losing Rick Ross and Drake collabing. That's big. As fans of hip hop, we want that. That sucks not to have. Now, that one I do believe is a little bit more personal, and I do believe some of those breakdowns about that girl China or whatever that's involved, the girl. And it's two-sided. Piece of it is just like, who knows behind the scenes and how personal it gets, right? It could have been some slimeball stuff. Drake has a reputation of that. When somebody has a reputation of something, you don't just dismiss it. You have a reputation of playing with people and going at guys, girls, and trying to get one up. It's just your reputation, dude. It's happened a million times. There's been all these stories and accusations. Like, not all of it is fake news. I'm sorry, right? So was it some slimeball shit? Now, the other side of it is just like, you rappers, Future and all these songs, fuck a bitch, fuck her, I do this, I do that, I got all these girls around, blah, blah, blah. So you want to assume like, you talk like that, you rap like that, you move like that, you carry yourself like that. Now you want to beef with somebody, especially somebody you can make millions of dollars with, if not already, over a woman. So that's a contradiction. But behind the scenes, when we're not in the booth rapping all this, fuck this bitch, fuck this bitch, fuck this bitch, some of these guys actually do care about certain people. Okay. Oh, wait, that's my BM. Like, hold on, man. Like, speaking of BM, real quick on the side, did y'all see the video of Anthony Edwards and Lil Baby crossing path? They got the same BM in common, I think, right? Did you see that? They was passing each other, shaking hands amongst entourage, and then when they got to the middle to each other, they shook hands. It was like, and then they kind of like just like rolled off. I didn't see any words or nothing. It was just, hey, they kept it player, but it's that awkward energy, like, oh. And that's what I mean about this shit. It's like, Future, you talk all that shit, but if you feel like he slimed you over a woman, that would mean that it was probably a woman that was real close to you. Somebody that maybe is one of your BMs. I don't know. What's he got, like 50 BMs or something like that? Who knows? Like, I might cross paths with one of Future's BMs on accident. I don't know. He's got a lot of them out there for what I hear. Right? So you get my drift. But is it something that you could get over? It depends how slimy it was. But I guess from a positive side, from a hip hop side, from a reunion side, the dope thing here is Future, who probably would have a stronger position against Drake than Metro. I don't know. He retweeted it. He retweeted it. So that's dope. You know what I'm saying? To retweet it, that's a message within itself. And these guys' social medias are huge. They can't tweet or post, whether it's their story, their wall. They can't do none of that. They can't like nothing at that level unless it's very intentional and it really, really means something. So for Future to retweet this, it looks like time is healing this, and that could be dope for us hip hop fans. All right. So interesting news to me. I'm looking in the chat. Do y'all want to see a Drake and a Future collab? I think Drake wants that to happen. Even when he rapped that me and Future ain't really had nothing. You know, what was that? The Family Matters, or was it the second verse or whatever? That's almost it's almost an olive branch a little bit where you're not going at Future that much, but you're kind of throwing it out there like, damn, why how we get here? That's a little olive branchy, you know, and there's nothing wrong with grown ass man, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes apologizing or sometimes olive branching or sometimes saying, man, it ain't that serious. As grown man shit doesn't make you a punk, doesn't make you soft. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be dope to see them get back into working, man. Like I want to see Drake and Rick Ross get back into working too, man. Come on, Rick Ross. Like you just wanted to get some energy. You just wanted to join in on the moment. Come on, Rick Ross. You didn't have to step into that. And I still didn't hear French stick up for himself if that's why you really did it. I didn't hear French say nothing. French is a big boy. I never heard French say nothing. Right? Not to say that you can't take up for somebody that's being quiet, but what's next? This Gucci man shit. Let me just pull this up. Interesting to a lot of people. You know, the conspiracies around Gucci Man is out there and his label, like saying, you know, everybody that joins his label, you know, bad things have been happening to them. We've seen that conspiracy. We even seen Gucci Man's wife, you know, post and come out and stick up for him. It doesn't look good to have that type of track record. But I have some more business response to have to this video. So let's catch up real quick, man. It's been a lot of news that came out this weekend.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shakeup and it's a whole shit show.
P&L, profit and loss, y'all, and a whole bunch of shakeup
in the industry right now, but bunch of shakeup and it's a whole shit show in the industry.
It says it's a bunch of shakeup and a whole shit show in the industry. Pay attention to the wording, y'all. He's not just saying this is about him. Just pay attention.
Right now, but when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract, but I said, hey, fuck it. Let's just make.
As far as who he said he was going to keep, like, I don't know Fujiano. Y'all gonna have to hit me in the chat. Is he dope? Is he free? Is he a free man? Is he locked up like Pooh? Because when I get to Pooh, obviously we don't know Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty, like, how do you drop a man while he's in jail like that? Like, that would look horrible for Gucci. Especially Gucci, somebody that's out here saying that he signs people to give them opportunity, to get them away from the drama and whatnot. Pooh Shiesty it looked like he made a very, 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 very bad mistake, and he's serving his time for it, right? And when you're in that type of situation, when you're at your lowest point, like, do you want your wife to cheat on you? When you're at your lowest point, do you want your friends to abandon you? When you're at your lowest point, do you want your mother and your father to stop writing you or stop coming to see you in jail? When you're at your lowest point, do you want this other street record label owner that you built with, you thought had your back and you hung around and you was ready to shoot for and kill for as well, drop you from his label? That would have looked crazy. So I would have, you know, I give Gucci credit, man. Gucci seems to have always been a solid guy. So I want to say that him keeping Pooh Shiesty is a genuine thing. Like, nah, that's the homie. Like, I can't do that. And that's one of the biggest, you know, business wise, that's the biggest person or biggest potential that's still signed to him, no? Like everybody always has a boost and or everybody always has a jump when they come home from jail. Look at how people are looking at BG. I think that energy already died. Same thing with Bobby Schmurder. That energy already died too. But when somebody first comes out, that's just a big wave of news. So when somebody fresh out of jail, they just came home, they got a lot of eyes on them. So business wise, morally wise, street nigga wise, whatever, you can't drop Pooh Shiesty, regardless of whether he's hurting your P&L or not. Let's keep it 1,000.
Make the unselfish decision and, let them take their talents elsewhere. So today, you know what I'm saying, I already reached out to all of my artists, you know what I'm saying, from to their lawyers and whatever, and let them know that they're free to take their talents elsewhere.
That right there, I like. I like that he's saying that they didn't find out when we found out. Like it didn't start with this video right here. He said he reached out to the talent and he reached out to their lawyers. You want to hope that that's true for all these artists. Like you don't want to just wake up and see the internet telling you, "Hey, you're dropped." Like that's fucked up. Like so, that's dope that he did that. That also shows that he has some good managerial skills, some good business skills, some good just own record label ownership, movement. Like you don't want that reputation of people who could just wake up and my paycheck is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you're still getting fired at the end of the day. But there's still a process to go through, right? You try to soften the blow and do things as business and politically correct as possible. But also at the same time, he's taking his public position because these guys might start talking. So let me get out here and say why I'm doing it. It wasn't personal. There's a lot of industry shit going on. My profit and loss. That's what I'm gonna say for the end.
And I'm still looking for new talent to pair up with,
Still looking for new talent, but just dropped everybody.
With Fu, and that's where I'm gonna put my focus. And I just wish them the best. And I just want to let everybody know that because hey, that's where we at.
Looking for new talent, but just dropped everybody is a little. That caught me off guard a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. So this whole P&L thing, profit and loss, business is business, right? That's what they say. He obviously has a contract. It's like you see how like LeBron James will enter a contract that has like a no trade clause, right? Lakers can't do shit to him no matter what. He sit out all year, collect his check. Like it is what it is. What do you think Kawhi Leonard be doing? So paperwork is paperwork, and what you sign is what you sign. I think this within itself is a message to artists, not just rappers in the industry. You could be a battle rap. You could be anybody. Just imagine being able to wake up and just your manager making the decision, I don't want you anymore. And that can happen, right? What about having your lawyer negotiate some type of clauses? If you release me with this. If you release me before, or like our contract is like, let's say exclusively, I'm signed to you for 5 years or for 5 albums. Okay. If you drop me before 5 years or 5 albums, I depart with something. Like in corporate America, like a severance package, right? Like I'm laying you off. Business wise, you don't make sense. The company's profit margins or P&L is off. So we're laying off a bunch of people. Okay, well, you're paying me to leave. X amount of weeks, vacation days, and all that. I'm being paid out for a lump sum amount of money. That's how it goes. Why shouldn't an artist go for that as well? Why shouldn't an artist lawyer be negotiating for that as well? Getting that type of shit in your contract. And I'm not saying that it's not there. For all we know, maybe it is. But I just feel like a lot of these rappers and people that's fresh out the streets, just seeing their way into the industry, I just hope that they think like that. Because the moment that a businessman, Gucci man, could be waking up and saying, man, there's all this shit going on in the industry and corporate shakeup. And when he says shit going on in the industry, I also want to assume, we've seen all these people stepping down from different areas. We see streaming and numbers. It's like you got to be a top dog to really be making a lot of money. That's why the 360 deal shit came in, because it's like, look, we even want percentages of your live shows and your performances. That's what people is eating the most, right? Your albums ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? They're doing mixtapes and show money, right? Your favorite rappers or hot rappers right now, are they riding a album that's out right now? No, they riding singles, they riding mixtapes, they doing shows. That's where a lot of these guys are getting their money from. And then if you hang around long enough, you could transition away from this shit. Like the 50 Cents of the world, for example. Get into TV, get into your own ownership, like what Gucci Man is doing. Don't just be an artist now, be an owner, all that type of shit, right? But this profit and loss, it's something that I even experienced in battle rap, and I side with Gucci so much in these situations because I know how ignorant these artists are. I know how entitled these artists are. I know how much these artists be swearing that they're worth something and they're not generating shit. Business wise, you be worth nothing to me. Business wise, I'm not saying as a man, as a person, you could be a great person in your own life, but business wise, you be worth nothing to me. And I'll take it a step further. Business wise, you even be hurting me. It actually be hurting me and taking money out of my pockets for me to fuck with you. And that be a big piece of like the battle rap world. The niggas be swearing that they doing something for you. They not, because you rapped, because you represented the brand, because you hung around. No, you were always in a situation where I was doing more for you than you was doing for me. And it's no different up there. Like I just said, even one of the rappers that he just said that he's keeping, I never heard of before. So I'm probably one of many, many people that's not putting money behind that artist into Gucci Man's pockets. So he's losing. He's losing, especially these artists sometimes be on stipends and they be on allowances, or they need studio time. They don't got, who's gonna pay for it? You need travel, you need this. Who's paying for it? Like that be the untold side of things where, and then they be finding out when it's time to recoup from their albums. Like, wait, you thought that because you sold X amount of albums, you was getting X amount of dollars. You don't remember all this money, the advance that I gave you, the security I paid for, the travel I paid for, all these hotel, all the stuff that's getting booked on a corporate credit card. When I gave all of this, yeah, you think I just didn't want none of that money back? I was just playing Santa Claus. Like, I fuck with you, but I'm supposed to go broke because I fuck with you? Like, no. The name of this game is you make some money and I make some money too, regardless of which one makes more. But that's the name of the game. So it's not even a situation where neither one of us is making no money and it's just neutral and we could just sit there, right? This is a situation where I'm losing money. My profit and loss, my P&L, my ROI, return on investment. So this is just another one of those reminders that, yo, y'all can't be thinking that, number one, you made it because you on a big platform, you on an RBE, you on a King of the Dot, you on a Chrome, you on the URL. Oh, you made it, or no, you taken care of, or no, somebody owes you something, or you signed to Gucci Man, or you signed to Rock Nation, or you signed to these people. If the locks is gonna go through it, anybody could go through it. Okay, because if you're not generating nothing, right? Like I'm not putting myself in a red for how long while you sit around and continue to be able to shine off of the platform more than you would on your own. And those are the situations where it's like, I've done more for you than you've done more for me. You simply just being able to say, I am Rare Breed Entertainment. I haven't seen you since. I haven't heard from you since. Haven't seen your name since. Haven't seen none of your battles since. Haven't heard no buzz from you since. Haven't seen you on no big cards since. Haven't seen you with no decent opponent since. Haven't seen shit since. But I owe you something, huh? So I got to be having them contracts that say, like, you know what? The moment that you start to hurt me, or you think that you're entitled, or you think I owe you something, or I'm too much in the loss, I can depart. And that's what Gucci just did. Say, call some lawyers and say, yo, this ain't working out for me, right? This ain't working out. And that's the business side of things, y'all. Okay. This next one, I'm going to jump through real quick, man, because I didn't see anything that jumped off the page too much. But it's an update, and we're gonna stay up to date with it. So let's see what's going on. And your boy Diddy, he's gonna be in the headlines forever, right? So Mr. Busby got some new filings on him, huh? That first wave that came out, I wasn't big on. I wasn't big on the stories. I thought some of them could have been a little bullshit. I thought some of them was gonna be very, very hard to prove. I was expecting him to come out with guns blazing, come out with some celebrity names, come out with some stories that were already corroborated. I didn't see that. And then here goes his next wave. Diddy facing allegations he abused 13-year-old amid 7 new lawsuits. So this is the latest and the greatest filing, a new 7 that just went in. Okay. I mean, once it's in, you got to fight it, right? And somebody's guilty and somebody's going to be innocent, or it's going to be thrown like, once it's filed, it's got to be fought. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with 7 new lawsuits, including one from an accuser who was 13 at the time of the alleged assault. I just hate hearing these underage. I hate hearing any of it, but the underage shit is just even different. All right, Sean Diddy Combs is facing a fresh batch of lawsuits from 7 accusers, including one who was just 13 years old at the time of the alleged incident on Sunday evening, October 20th. Attorney Tony Busby, same guy out of Houston, currently representing over 150. So now it's 150. It was 120 initially. So he got another 30 people. It sounds like he's taking on, huh? Of the embattled mogul's alleged victims, announced he is filing another 7 lawsuits. Well, you don't take 120 at the time if you're only going to file 10 of them, right? So, right, this is expected, people. This is expected. 4 of the accusers are men. So many men getting forced, and I was in the back of the Macy's stock room while he was already on his knees, and me and my security guard went back there, and I said, yo, give me some head or else we're gonna kill you or beat you up or whatever. And he did. The men thing is, let's continue. 4 accusers are men, 3 are women, including one who was 13 at the time of the alleged incident. Another woman claims Diddy assaulted her when she was 17. The lawsuits include allegations of sexual assault or SA, sexual abuse, sexual exploitation against Diddy, spanning over 2 decades in 3 states: New York, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. Busby states most of the events described occurred in the year of 2022. So these are more recent, at least. These are not like somebody that's coming from 24 years ago. We've read some of those. We will let the allegations and the filed complaints speak for themselves and will work to see the justice is done. Busby said in the statement, we expect to be filing cases weekly, naming Mr. Combs and others as defendants as we continue to gather evidence and prepare the filing. So, all right, weekly. So he put himself now on a schedule. That's what people hold you to. Same way you said on the first 30 days when we're going to hear these names that we all know. So we watching. And I'm not trying to say that we only care about the names. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say that those are more heavy hitting and more impacting to where we feel like the needle's going to get moved and we're going to be able to see more clear of this is true, this is real, this is not. We expect those people to definitely fight and make public claims. These John Does and these Jane Does with these Macy's department store stories or whatever, we don't get enough other than reading articles like this for us to really feel confident in whichever side we're going to lean. So if Justin Bieber ends up in some shit and then he starts coming out, there's more of us to go on, or there's more to go on there. So that's why I say another reason why we want to hear more people that we can listen to, and it's going to give us more statements and have this high level representation, But anyway, Busby added several other individuals are referenced in the case filings, but they have not been formally named as defendants. Okay, we're waiting. Busby filed 6 other lawsuits against Diddy last week. That's what we went over last week already about that. Among them were allegations he and 3 of his associates drugged, awed a man at Diddy's house party in 2021. Another man claims Diddy inspected his genitals at one of his white parties in the Hamptons in 1998. Diddy allegedly told the John Doe accuser, who was 16 years old at the time, it was a rite of passage and a route to becoming a star. Yeah, so that's the old stuff. This new 7, though, I ain't gonna do too much. Y'all know me. I ain't gonna do too much with this new 7. The last, what was it, 6 that went in? There was more details about them. The white party details we was able to read it, and I'm pretty sure this public filing is out there. I don't feel like tracking it down right now. The Macy's one that I keep referencing, like we read through the details, and it allowed us to sit here and pick little stuff apart and say, that's nasty, or that seems a little bugged out, or that seems like a lie. We don't have that in this particular article. I'm gonna leave that alone for the most part. I ain't gonna do too much. This is expected, though. Tony Busby, once again, if you say you got 3,000 plus calls, and then you took on 120 and now it's 150, yeah, we expect 150 people to possibly be filed along with these other side people. Like you mentioned, companies, Macy's got named, other defendants, we'll see who gets named in that on the side. This is part of it. I just feel like the more people that's there, the more it gets tainted. If I'm a talent scout, right? Do I want to look at 500 people, or do I want 5 people put in? I want it wheeled down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this 500 to already be sifted through. And he says he has his PIs and how his office has a process of going through these people, how you got through these 150. But there's going to be cap called on so much of this because this 150, some dating back to the 90s and whatnot, some of these people is just cap and money grab, and that's going to continue to taint the water for everybody that has real claims and shit that really happened to them. This Macy's one and the one with Thalia, who's not with Busby's filings, but the one that went to her ex-boyfriend and said, hey man, what's up, I got some money for you if you gonna corroborate my story, and also was DMing Big Joe like, hey man, like, we good money if you just say that you actually saw this video that I was in while I was getting hard. Man, it taints the water, man. It taints the water. Some of y'all gonna deserve to sit there for years trying to come up on some money and just end up with nothing or get this shit dismissed. Or that's another thing that he could play. He could play the clock. You never know what happens with his his criminal case. What if certain things during that criminal case go his way? I'm not saying if he gets, innocent verdict, but what if certain things during that trial go his way that then invalidate some of these other cases? And that becomes widespread. And what, some of these people are going to now go try to find a different lawyer, like, me being over here with Tony Busby ruined my opportunity to get a bag. Let me go get a different lawyer. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Y'all saw the news, man. So this year you got Big Meech coming home, right? You also got Vibes Cartel, World Boss coming home, right? You got some big statured people that came home this year. So shout out to Big Meech. Looking healthy, man. Looking good. Looking like he took care of himself in there. Look at his forearms, man. Forearms looking like he was doing his pull-ups every day. You know what I'm saying? Looking stocky. You know what I'm saying? All blacked out, hair still braided and all that. Looking good, man. Looking real good. You see a lot of people throwing this man respect. From the outside looking in, if you was around during that era, the DVD era and all that type of stuff, and you seen BMF's movements, or even if you was in local, I was in Atlanta at the time, and you seen them moving around and the way they were spending money and making money, and the scene that they created, the energy that they created, a lot of rappers that was getting involved with them as well, and standing next to them, the Young Jeezys and the Fabulouses and all these people, and it's just so much that make you look at Big Meech and say, oh, wow, you went and served your time and now you're back in the streets, you're back in the world, and nobody wants to lose that amount of time. He lost a lot of time off of his life, but he's going to come home to a huge amount of respect, which is what he just did. A huge amount of respect. Now, here's one thing I think that people need to fall back on, man. Like, I see tweets and I see comments like, oh, the streets is back. Whatever plug he used to have, or there's about to be more money in the clubs now, and there's people like the Vibes Cartels of the world that did whatever they did at a high profile as per what the government saw and their actual convictions. Same thing as now Big Meech. These people can't come home and jump into any of those type of lanes like that. Like, and even if they do get close to any of that stuff again, they learn their lessons. They're going to be extremely insulated. You're not. I remember a video of Bobby Shmurda after he came home, and a fan gave him some sneakers that was customized, and they had like blue flags mixed onto like the Air Forces. If y'all remember that video that I'm talking about, he opened the box, he saw it, and he jumped away and ran like, oh no, I can't do that. Like, I can't go nothing that would make these people think that I'm still on some gang activity shit. Right? That's how it is. When you're high profile and you come home like, these people ain't stupid. If they really are street, here's another thing that you pay attention to, especially people that get early releases, or if you're released under certain conditions, or you have certain parole type of conditions where you got to check in, you got to do blood work to make sure that you're not doing any drugs or any alcohol. So all these type of conditions that people don't even be knowing about that are stipulated with their releases, right? But also, you don't think that the government in a lot of these cases keep taps on people, right? You see how people like in nature, like you'll tag the hornet, right, with a little white strip, and then you'll watch it fly to the nest, and then here come the people, and now we know what a nest is, and then we destroy the whole nest. Right? Them concepts happen in the government and in authorities as well, right? We know this is a big guy. We know he's tapped in. Now, this is also another opportunity to watch him, see what spawns around him, see what happens around him. See who comes out and stands next to him. See who throws him some money. See what we think he's going to get involved in. See if we need to grab his ass again, or if he's going to take us to other shit. Like, it's still being looked at. Regardless of your probation terms, you're still being watched. You don't come out that high profile as a Big Meech or a Vibes Cartel and jump around any fire. You pull a Bobby Shmurda, you say, nope, I can't even wear the sneakers right now. I'm a free man. I can't put those sneakers on right now. Real shit. That's what Bobby Shmurda did, was smart as shit. That was smart. Why wouldn't that apply to somebody that's even higher profile than Bobby Shmurda, a Big Meech, a Vibes Cartel, right? You can't do it, man. So everybody chill out with this whole like, oh, he's home, like streets is about to go up. Like, better not that visible to where everybody could see it, like y'all are saying on social media. Because if it is, they can be like, hey, come back over here and sit right back down with us again. I assume that y'all don't want that, right? Duh. Like, why don't see none of those takes? Why don't see anybody saying this? I don't get that. Like, but it's definitely welcome home. It's definitely welcome home to people like that, man. Whether you're innocent or whether you're guilty, you served your time. You served your time. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget some of them classic interviews he used to give and do on DVDs and on camera about just moving as a unit. He said, you'll never see a movement like this again. We won't trip over each other. We won't trip over no women. We hit each other women. We ain't never gonna trip over no money. We're gonna share money. We're gonna help each other. Everybody gets ends. Everybody. We try to take care of everybody around here. Everybody's throwing money. Everybody got jewelry. Everybody got girls. Everybody got cars. His message was that of not moving. Like, you could be the boss. You can be the top guy. But his aura and his movements back then, at least what we were seeing, unless you was inside the circle, was that of like, everybody else is taken care of as well. And you know how the streets is. If the wolves don't get fed, then they start eating you. That's how it goes. But it looks like his concept was everybody is to be treated of a certain caliber. Everybody has to be taken care of in this circle. Even if you just the limo driver, you ain't treated like, hey boy, go get the car. You treated like a homie. That was the energy, and that was the message that I always respected, that coming from Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? And to a degree, I'm not saying I took it from him, but I feel like I've always tried to apply that as well. I don't let people call me like Caution could say that. Caution from Battle Rap. Remedy Loco could say that too. Remedy Loco could definitely say that. You know how many times I told, and I know he says it a little bit out of slang or whatever, but sometimes like Loco be like, yo, all right, boss man. I'm like, don't call me boss. I don't want the word boss in any sentence when you're talking to me. Am I the owner? Yes. Am I the face? Yes. Am I the gatekeeper of Rarebit Entertainment? Yes. And can I make things happen for people in Rarebit Entertainment? Shit, yeah. But I don't like that. I want to be treated as a peer. I want us to feel like when we work together, we're partnering together. Some people haven't earned that, of course. Like if you're up and comer, like, all right, ARP is never on the phone with me. He doesn't answer my text messages. He doesn't call me or whatever. That's supposed to be understood. Like, come on, like I'm supposed to be accessible to the whole world. No, right? But let's say like a Rosenberg Raw. It's not like, oh, owner and battle rapper. I can't treat you like that. It's two homies. It's two partners. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it's supposed to be. And if there's anybody that's ever thinks for whatever reason or whatever feel that they above me, if they treat me like that, I react a certain way. And I also tag them a certain way. So anyway, so that's one thing I always appreciated, that came from Big Meech's direction. So people, like I said in my first point about him coming home, stop trying to get the man put right back in jail, okay? Because ain't none of y'all gonna go fucking sit down if somebody gets grabbed up again. Chill the fuck out. Let the man come home, get intertwined with his family. He has so much respect in the streets that he shouldn't have to do anything. I'm not saying that as a man, he's just gonna want to come home and be taken care of. A man wants to, get out and about and produce and do his own thing. Right. But I wouldn't be surprised if people put him in positions to take care of himself. Hey man, go ahead and be a manager over here, or A&R over here, or a talent scout over there, or you know what I'm saying? Like people like that tend to end up in position, getting put in certain positions, given opportunities that they've earned. But at the same time, I feel like those opportunities should be ones that don't get the man, reconvicted. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a time where people might be looking at you the most. They just put you right back out on the street, right? They're gonna watch you. They're gonna watch where the hornet flies to, right? I need to hear that take more on the internet. What's wrong with y'all? I'm the civilian that thinks 10 times more street than y'all. I don't get it. You street niggas is out here talking about, oh, what's up? I bet set the streets on fire. How street are you? You don't even think tactically. Stupid. All right, hour in. We didn't jump through a bunch of topics. We caught up. It was an active weekend, so I like when we're able to catch up and condense things. So tomorrow we'll probably be right back to hopefully one topic at a time. But I feel caught up now, so I want to say thank you to the chat. Hold on real quick. Let me send a couple shout outs to my members before I get up out of here. Kanasia says I crashed. LOL trying to get here. Oh, you said LOL, so I'm not gonna take that literal. All right. D Bizzle, what's good, homie? I feel like he's gonna play himself in the last season of DMF. 50's a genius. 50's been holding down that, his son, and that could be something. Like I said, people like that get opportunity. LeBron tweeted, welcome. Like, he's respected, man. He is respected. So he's gonna get opportunities. But once again, fans and supporters of Big Meech, don't go putting them in fucking jail. Calm down. Cam says, everyone inside now. Salute. Streets is over. Streets ain't for me. So I ain't got to worry about that, man. I'm a legal ball. All right. I suggest y'all do the same. Sorry, it's true. All right, y'all have a good morning. I'm about to here, y'all. Catch y'all in a second.